Hello, welcome back. Let's look at Matic. So a bit of an overview of what happened yesterday. So yesterday Bitcoin decided to slit the throats of all the altcoins in order to get ahead, and it certainly has got ahead now. It's pushing its way closer to that 10,000, and I think it's probably going to achieve that 10,000 and then some before we see a correction. The correction could take place anywhere from now within this $1,000 range, so let's just say anywhere between 9,500 to 10,500 or thereabouts, give or take 100 or so, before we see a correction. And the correction might be as much as 30%. It could even be a little more. I don't think it would be any more than 30%, and if it were to be more than that, it would pretty much be bought up quite quickly. But a correction will take place at some point in the next $1,000 move, I think, with Bitcoin. But moving along, let's look at Matic. So we bounced from here a few days back. Okay, so on the 15th, we started to bounce from where we broke again beneath the 2 cent mark, and we started to make a bullish trend. Okay, the bullish trend was kind of cut short because EMA was moving down, and we did break above it, but the general sort of idea is the 200 EMA becomes support and resistance, but also if it's moving downwards, it's not a good sign. What we need for it to do is to start to peak upwards, for it to start to create a trend. So until it starts to peak upwards and we stay above it, and then everything moves above, it's likely to keep sort of testing and breaking beneath it. And what we can say now is that there is a very slightly small curve to the upside on it now, given the fact that this little trend has begun, but it's ever so small. It's tiny, really, but it's I'm trying to be optimistic here because I have money involved in Matic, so I obviously want it to go up in price, and I think we've been trending sideways now for long enough, and we need to start revisiting these highs now of around just short of 2.8 cent. We've got our support and resistance here, so our support being 2 cent, a resistance, significant resistance that we need to break is 2.4 cent. When we look at some of these indicators, so we've got the MACD showing now that just as it stands right now, and our time is just 9 o'clock UTC +1, so that's 9 o'clock for my Greenwich mean time, because I'm living in England, obviously. So what I'm looking at now and what I'm hoping for is a bounce back up to try and test this 2.4. Now, because Bitcoin is still climbing, a lot of the money is being drained out of these alts back into Bitcoin for this anticipation to push to 10 and beyond. So it might cause slower growth across the board and slower growth with Matic, and so to try and break above that 2.4 cent today, or to be honest with you, any time relatively soon, I think is unlikely. I think if we do break it, we'll probably be pushed back down shortly after. The annoying thing is that with alts and with Matic and a lot of these coins in general, Bitcoin is ruining everything for these guys. Money's been taken out of Bitcoin. Money's been taken out of alts to put into Bitcoin when it goes up like this. Money will be taken out of Bitcoin, put into USDT or other stable coins when it falls. And money is not likely at the moment to be going into an alt like this, because there's better, stronger prospects out there. So to see a sharp spike in growth while the market is how it is right now is unlikely. But at the same token, we are making higher lows each time. We appear to be making higher highs each time, provided we try and make it above that 2.4 again. We really do need to try that, to at least test that again, even with the market the way it is right now, for this to be sort of confirmed as some kind of pattern. We can form a sideways correction in a way, so long as we don't make a lower low than this. I don't mind with that. We can straggle around here. Just let's not make another lower low. A lower low would definitely signify a downwards trend for me, because we've got no higher high here, and we will have a lower low, so that wouldn't be a good thing for us. So a lower low for us would be anywhere from below let's just say 2.18, but probably lower would be a scary move. Anything lower than, let's just say, 2.1, if we got down to there again, then 2 cent is pretty much on the cards, and maybe a little lower again. It's a difficult one really, because like I say, the market, everything's going to Bitcoin, less money in these sort of coins, to be honest with you, and with the inevitable crash which Bitcoin will have when it overstretches, we'll bring these back down again. And it's only when that really takes place and everyone can start to build up on where they came from, and if Bitcoin can, let's just say, have a slower sort of move back up towards 9 and 10 once it does correct, then I think the alts will pick up pace once again. But at the moment, all eyes are on Bitcoin, and less interest on things like Matic especially. It's the strongest ones that are going to do well. So we're looking really at things like Binance Coin, Ethereum, possibly Litecoin, even though Litecoin seems a bit overstretched itself. I know the halving event is coming up, and obviously Bitcoin. So all you sort of Matic lovers, just keep your eyes on the prize. If you're holding, just look after yourself. If you're looking to buy, probably I wouldn't want to buy around here, unless you're obviously in it for the long term and you don't mind the likelihood of you sort of losing out in the short term. I still stand by my expectation of mainnet and staking coming out before we see a 3 cent Matic. We will make big gains like this, and it is exciting when we do it, but it's not ready yet. I mean, it's proved itself to just be in an accumulation phase at the moment, and we are susceptible to other moves within the market. So a 3 cent isn't going to take place. I don't think we're going to see 3 cents until perhaps maybe the end of next month, so about a month from now, whenever mainnet is released, unless there's some enormous news or partnership deal that Matic takes on. We need something like that really. We need Matic to give us something positive for this to break out of this sidewards accumulation. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. I won't be able to make a video tomorrow because I'm off to a wedding in Scotland, so you'll probably not hear from me until maybe Sunday evening. So let's hope everything works out for Matic and we don't make even lower lows. And I hope you have a great weekend. Take it easy. Thanks. Goodbye.